Is Kevin Harvick completely done with NASCAR? What are his retirement plans? Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. will both be free agents at the end of the season. Do they regard the situation a year from now as the end of the 36-race farewell tour? Or do they want to return in 2024? What do the speculations say about their decisions? Stay tuned on Racing Rush as we get to you why Kevin Harvick is likely to leave NASCAR. But before we begin, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. The last big driver to retire from NASCAR was 7-time champion Jimmie Johnson in 2020, when he announced that he would no longer compete in full-time seasons. Despite this, Johnson will be competing in a select number of races in 2023 and will also be the owner and driver of Petty GMS Motorsports. After the conclusion of the 2023 season in Phoenix, it is possible that a number of the sport's most accomplished drivers will decide to call it a career and hang up their helmets. Kevin Harvick, who drives for Stewart-Haas Racing, and Martin Truex Jr., who drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, is at the top of the list of NASCAR Cup Series drivers who could retire at the end of next season. After the 2023 campaign, there is a good chance that both of them will resign from their positions. It has been claimed that Harvick has informed Stewart-Haas Racing of his intention to retire at the conclusion of the 2023 season. Although there has been no formal declaration made as of yet, if that's the case, this will almost certainly end up being one of the most talked about issues of the whole season. Harvick has said that he can't say for sure when asked by a group of reporters after noon from the media center at Phoenix Raceway. We know he thinks everything is kind of a movable target at this point. For him, he just wants to have fun, as we go forward and enjoy it, and there's just a lot of things to think about for 2024. So, after we finish up, he's going to take a seat and start worrying about what all of that looks like to make sure that it doesn't put anyone in an awkward position. When he was asked to compare himself as a driver at this point in the season to earlier in the year, he informed it's significantly different. Harvick thinks as you look back as a first race, being very tentative to downshift the vehicle, going into corners and the way that you use the throttle and how far you drive it in the corner. And what you're looking for in the car is significantly different than what you used to look for in the car. It's been a steep learning curve, but this is the new normal, so they just have to get used to it. The driver, who is 46 years old, has won more than 100 races throughout his career, including 60 races in the NASCAR Cup Series. He has also won 2 championships as a driver who succeeded Dale Earnhardt Sr. when the latter was killed in the 2001 Daytona 500. Harvick's decision to retire would be a devastating blow to the sport, and it's difficult to blame him as well. Everyone involved in the Cup Series feel the strain of the relentless schedule that comes with being a full-time driver. Additionally, Harvick's son Keelan is maturing and preparing for a future career in auto racing. It is fitting that a driver of Harvick's quality should be given the opportunity to compete in one final season. In the past, racers like Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. have had this done to them. With any luck, Harvick and the number 4 crew will be able to turn this situation to their advantage. It is perfectly reasonable why they would want to keep it unofficial for the duration of the season, if this is what they decide to do. Kevin Harvick has stated that the decision regarding his racing future beyond the 2023 season will be made before this year's season opening Daytona 500. This race will mark the beginning of Harvick's 23rd consecutive year competing at the highest level of the sport. Harvick stated as he was in Nashville for the celebration of the industry's Champions Week that he thinks it could go either way at this particular point. When questioned about continuing to race after the 2023 season, which will also serve as NASCAR's 75th anniversary season, Harvick responded, "Right now he'll know that answer before we get to Daytona." He really doesn't have a definitive response to that question right now. As soon as we reach Daytona, he has no doubt in my mind that they will have figured out where we want to go. Harvick is about to start his 10th season as a driver with Stewart-Haas, the team for which he has won 37 races and Cup Series championship in 2014. Prior to that, he competed for Richard Childress Racing between the years 2001 and 2013, during which he won an additional 23 races. Overall, Harvick, who is 46 years old, is now tied for 9th place with fellow active driver Kyle Busch on the record for most all-time wins in the Cup Series for NASCAR. Only 9 other drivers in the annals of NASCAR's history have been able to attain this milestone in their Cup Series careers, which he will accomplish in only 10 more starts. But Harvick's possible retirement is a very important story that should be at the top of your list of things to watch in 2023. What are your thoughts on Kevin Harvick as a controversial driver? Let us know in the comments below. And if you find our video informative, then hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel for further updates on NASCAR. Are any other big NASCAR names on the move? There are a few more drivers who are contemplating retiring at the conclusion of the 2023 season. Denny Hamlin is considered to be one of them. It is possible that the name Hamlin is unexpected, but it would not be illogical for him to retire after winning the championship in 2023. Also worth noting is that at the conclusion of the following season, his present deal with FedEx will come to an end. On the basis of what he has said, it would not be surprising at all to see him call it quits if he were to win the title. In addition to this, the 42-year-old player does not want to put himself in a position where he is unable to win each week. Matt Crafton is another name for the driver who competes for Thor Sport Racing. It is likely due to the fact that Crafton is 46 years old that he is always the center of these talks, even if he seems to be there year after year. The three-time NASCAR truck champion is getting older, and as a result, his performance isn't quite as good as it once was. When combined, these two characteristics can often serve as an indicator of success as a pilot. After their 2022 season, Truex and Crafton might want to think about doing something like this. Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and Tony Stewart have all experienced similar challenges in their careers. Last but not least, one more surname can be added to the list, and it is Johnny Sauter. Sauter still has plans to race in 2023, despite the fact that he no longer competes on a full-time basis. But it's possible that 2023 will be the 2016 Truck Series Champions' final season. Since nearly 20 years ago, Harvick, Truex, Hamlin, Crafton, and Sauter have been mainstays in the NASCAR driver roster. If any of them were to hang up their helmets, it would surely be a big event in history. And it appears very probable that we will see at least one of them hang up their helmets next year. There is no doubt it would be one of the most significant moments in history. So, that was all for today. What do you think? What are Kevin Harvick's plans for the future? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you liked today's video, then do check out more videos like this on our channel. Also, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more updates.